You do great work. That's a given. You wouldn't have achieved the success you have without that. But within your success to this point also lies the seeds of your shortcomings. You've come this far because you are skilled in your profession and you've been able to build a good reputation with your clients. But try as you may, you just can't take your business to the next level. Your sales have hit a plateau, and no matter what you try, it seems like you've hit a barrier that you just can't break through. One day you have more work than your team can handle, but before long, you are wondering how you can keep everyone busy because somehow you need to fill the pipeline again. As you look back over the past few years, you see that your financial results have been very similar, and the growth you had hoped for just didn't happen. At the same time, clients seem to be growing more and more demanding and giving you less opportunity to use your talents and expertise to make a difference. As they try to commoditize what you do, you are pressured into shaving your fees or trying to get projects done in impossible timeframes. As a result, the pressure grows, not just for you, but everyone in your business suffers as well. You care about the people on your team, and you want them to have a satisfying career, ideally helping you to build your practice. Maybe you see the possibility of one or more of them taking over management of your business in the future. But you're also frustrated at times when the most talented ones leave, having decided to move on for greater opportunities that exist in a larger firm. It seems like you take one step forward and two steps back sometimes. The people who are still with you are competent, but the stars you need don't stick around to help you fulfill your dreams for the future. You have to face the fact that growing a business is challenging. An Australian study by the Productivity Commission into Business Failure and Change found that the closer you look at the exits, the more it becomes likely that some business owners find the challenges of growing a business, employing staff, paying taxes, getting entangled in government red tape and managing money all too hard. Perhaps an even more startling point to consider is that in Australia, according to the most recent survey from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, about 85% of all businesses have less than 5 employees, and less than 4 to 5% have more than 20 employees. That's also fairly consistent around the world in developed countries according to the OECD report. The ABS also reports that 46% of all business owners make less than $100,000 per year. The reality is that starting and growing your own successful business is met with some significant challenges, and few succeed in achieving the dreams they started with. As a business consultant for the last 25 years, I can personally testify to that, from my own experience, as well as from other businesses I have studied and worked with. However, the good news is that about 5% of business owners operate very differently from the norm. The result of how they operate is that they create businesses that work independently of themselves. In other words, they create businesses that work for the owners, whether the owners are involved in the business or not, instead of always having to be around to make the business work. Isn't your real objective to develop a business that works for you, rather than continuing indefinitely to work for the business? The trap. Why do most small business owners fail to achieve the success they dreamed about and end up virtually trapped in their business, struggling with long working hours and mediocre results? From my experience and learning across thousands of small and medium-sized businesses, I've found that most of the difficulties in business are caused by 5 critical challenges or mistakes that lead to the development of a fatal flaw that undermines the chances of success. Despite the fact that this fatal flaw exists in almost every business, and the fact that almost everyone knows about it, no one is telling small business owners about it and how to fix it. Even accountants and business coaches don't seem to know about this. I only stumbled across the process to build a successful business almost by accident because of the amount of reading and study I did about business success. While each of the successful entrepreneurs I researched created their own success path, I came to see that there are some consistent principles in how they did it. And while most of these successful entrepreneurs worked hard for their success was not due to them working hard in their business. Their success was due to the fact that they thought about their role in the business differently from the norm. The result was they worked hard on building a business that worked successfully, not from reliance on their own hard work, but due to the development of systems and processes that led to successful outcomes with consistency and precision. Later, I will share the 7-step system I discovered that almost every successful entrepreneur has used to break free from a business dependency and limitation, to create a highly successful business that runs without them. But first, let's take a look at the 5 critical challenges that business owners need to deal with. The 5 critical mistakes that limit business success. Number 1, Short-term focus on the urgent instead of the important. Most owners of small to medium enterprises become more focused on short-term survival than long-term success. Typically, short-term cash requirements become the driver for most things that happen in the business. If the need is constant, the needs of the future development of the business are often totally neglected, and most business owners spend much time putting out the fires. 2. Reactive marketing. Advertising decisions in small to medium enterprises are often determined reactively, depending on how busy things are. There is no defined marketing plan. Advertising is initiated when sales slow and stopped when sales pick up. Advertising is usually tactical rather than strategic. This endless reactive cycle just tends to keep the business operating around the same level of sales, survival level. 3. Ineffective delegation. You can't grow your business without delegating work to someone else. Often the business owner has expectations of his employees that are simply not communicated clearly. Therefore, they don't know how to get the results they expect. The outcome is frustration, leading to resigned acceptance that you can't get good people these days. 4. Lack of control. Running a business without performance indicators is like flying blind. Some business operators we've seen don't even know what their financial position is from month to month. That's like guessing how much fuel you have left, then being surprised when the engine stops. 5. Doing it all yourself. Business owners have a tendency to go it alone and try to do everything themselves without looking for help. Because a top business leader requires a significant degree of personal growth and development of critical skills. Significant achievements always involves help from others. Success in business requires effort and leverage and usually is not achieved without a significant amount of mentoring and guidance from people with the right experience and expertise. The fatal flaw. The typical approach business owners use to grow their businesses is fundamentally flawed. If working to get your business to rely on you less and less over time, to the point where it runs on autopilot is not your aim, your business will ultimately rely on you more and more as you try to grow it. And the harder you try to work on growing your business without it relying on you less and less, the harder your job will become, and the more stress and pressure you will ultimately create for yourself. What is the point of having your own business if you ultimately just spend more of your time working for the business because it won't work effectively without you? If you approach the task of growing your business in a typical manner, making the 5 critical mistakes, you will have no alternative to ending up with a business that is totally dependent on you, and because of that fact, your business will be fatally flawed. If you start growing your business with your focus on short-term urgencies and operating in a reactive mode, building your business from bottom up, growing as a pure reaction to having more sales or increased workloads, you will end up creating the same business model as everyone else who does it this way. There is a reason that so many businesses fail to break through the business growth barriers, and that so few actually grow beyond the 20 employee mark. Growing a business becomes even harder as the business gets bigger if it's fundamentally flawed. However, the minority of ultra-successful entrepreneurs work out how to build their success without the fatal flaw and go on to create incredibly successful, sustainable, scalable, and ultimately saleable businesses. The reality is that the top 5% of business owners that break through the barriers and achieve real business success operate according to a set of success principles that are in direct contrast to the mistakes most business owners make. Success principles. Success principle 1. Develop your goals and plan. Top entrepreneurs believe in creating their own success and determining their own future by developing a business plan that maps out the long-term goals for the business, what the business needs to look like to achieve those goals, and create a detailed action plan for how they are going to get there. Working to the plan provides the discipline required to avoid defaulting to doing the urgent short-term work but neglecting the important long-term development work. Success principle 2. Strategic marketing. Top entrepreneurs create their own strategic advantages over their competition, and they proactively communicate the value of those advantages to the market using a structured marketing plan. More often than not, this style of strategic marketing allows them to sell at higher prices than competitors because they focus on what the customers really value. Success principle 3. Effective systems and communication. Top entrepreneurs believe clear interactions between people and good relationships are essential to productivity, so they develop effective communication processes. These include job descriptions, operations manuals, work instructions, and appraisal systems to ensure that expectations about an employee's role in the business are effectively communicated. Success Principle 4. Effective performance controls. Top entrepreneurs develop effective control systems through monitoring key performance indicators to keep track of where they are. This extends from the basic financial statements that keep you in touch financially to non-financial measures that keep track of productivity and efficiency in many areas of the business. Success Principle 5. Using a mentor. Top entrepreneurs believe in continuous learning and personal development. They look for people who can help them lead a business through the various growth phases and who can coach and guide them through the challenges they need to confront. The Freedom Challenge. Growing your sustainable, scalable, and saleable business. Until your business works without you, it is impossible to realise the vision implicit in the Freedom Challenge. The beauty of running a business on autopilot is that you have managed to create an entity that not only works without you, it is now at the point where you can really leverage the assets you have in your business. If you have built your business purposely and effectively, you can create more leverage because your business is sustainable, scalable, and saleable, which is the ultimate definition of business success. Running on autopilot is only possible when every part of the business operates according to a system. It also means you must have competent people in key positions who know what they are doing and are accountable for doing it right. Once that is complete, it is time to step out of the business and get into the driver's seat where strategy and direction becomes the priority. Just like any other process, there are a series of steps that need to be taken from conceptualization to completion. In the autopilot business development process, these steps are: 1. Take charge. 2. Plan for autopilot stage and beyond. 3. Build a sales escalator. 4. Create systems to remove dependency. 5. Build a self-reliant team. 6. Develop your control mechanisms. 7. Break free without fear. Think of these 7 steps as the prerequisites for you to be able to run your business on autopilot. Without them, most businesses will never deliver on the owner's vision of freedom and prosperity. Are you ready for the challenge? Right now, I hope you're beginning to see an alternative to running a business that keeps you totally involved and are beginning to wonder if perhaps you could change the way your business operates so that you could stop trading your time and efforts for money and start to leverage your assets for freedom and prosperity. If you are ready to change your approach to transform your business and your life, it's time to make a decision to start doing things differently in your business to how you have done them until now. To take up the challenge will take a serious commitment from you, and I understand you may feel daunted about having more work to do on top of your current commitments. But let me promise to you that unless you stop doing some of the things you are currently doing, you will continue to get the results you currently get. To get a different result, you have to make changes to do things differently. Where to from here? This is the summarised version of the information Greg Roworth presents in his book and also a webinar called Cracking the Code, which offers more information about the challenges facing business owners and how leading professionals overcome them to create an extraordinary business that provides them with the prosperity and freedom most business owners crave. In Cracking the Code, Greg helps you understand the biggest hurdle to getting to that next level, evaluate if you are stuck in the centre of your business to its detriment, how to reignite that fire and passion you had when first building your business, what is stopping your team from being better, more independent performers. A lot of people will say starting a business is the hardest thing in the world, but I say continuing to grow a business over time is the hardest thing. I've heard from many CEOs of professional service firms that one of the greatest challenges is knowing how to get their firm growing again. Businesses don't plateau forever. They either regain steam or begin a steady descent. What are you doing to make sure that you're the former and not the latter? In this webinar, we will help you create a paradigm shift in your thinking so that you stop thinking like a business survivor and start to change your thinking to become an orchestrator of business success. We show you how easy it is to start down the path of creating freedom and prosperity for your business, instead of being stuck in the center, suffering stress and disappointment. If you're an owner of a professional service business with between 5 to 20 employees wanting to break through the revenue plateau and are experiencing and want to learn how to develop a highly effective, high-performance business, then I'd highly recommend you to apply for the opportunity to attend this valuable webinar. When you register for the webinar, we will also send you a free copy of Cracking the Code so that you can get a head start at making the breakthroughs you need in your business. You can register for the webinar at www.businesssuccesssystems.com.au/webinar. An introduction to Business Success Systems. Business Success Systems is a team of business growth specialists who work with business owners to assist them to create extraordinary businesses. We use a unique methodology to help business owners struggling to meet the challenges of business growth to see new possibilities in their business and to realize the potential that previously lay dormant. If you are like many of our clients, our main program is a unique structured process that transforms your business from dependency on you to the point where it can operate on autopilot, giving you the chance to work not only because you want to, but because you have to. Other programs also help you create leverage in your business to take it to the next level or to achieve supersonic growth. Most small businesses reach a plateau where growth is stifled because of difficulties in delegation and controlling the performance of others. Our program puts in place effective systems to give you the capability to empower your employees to achieve brilliant results and get over those growth hurdles. Many businesses suffer from fluctuating sales, creating difficult peaks and troughs. Our clients discover how to use 7 simple steps to create a business that works for them and helps them achieve real freedom and prosperity. To start the ball rolling, to get these results coming your way, we offer our Cracking the Code webinar. I urge you to give yourself the opportunity to find out now what is possible in your own business by taking advantage of attending this sales-free event. Simply go to our website, www.businesssuccesssystems.com.au/webinar, to discover how to change your business from one that is dependent on you to one that works for you.